A regular truck driver from Ohio was tragically found dead from a gunshot wound in the back of his rented truck after his wife had an affair with a wealthy heir. Aaron Davis, born on the September 15, 1985 in Columbus, Ohio, founded Davis Moving Services in 2017 after relocating to Brooklyn. According to business registration records, his company started with a modest $25,000, which he saved from his previous job at a Columbus-based moving company. His rental account shows over 200 successful moves completed in the Brooklyn area between 2017 and 2020. Aaron's business model focused on providing affordable moving services with rates approximately 30% lower than local competitors, according to the Better Business Bureau. Patrice Davis, formerly known as Wilson and born on March 22, 1988, began working at Lux Haven Spa in Manhattan in February 2019. Her employment records show an initial salary of $42,000 plus commission. However, credit card records indicate rising personal expenditures, including regular purchases at luxury retailers and frequent spa visits at competing establishments, often exceeding her monthly earnings. Joint bank account records for the couple show regular deposits from Aaron's business, but there were growing withdrawals for non-essential items. Their Brooklyn apartments rental agreement listed monthly payments of $2,400, taking up about 40% of their combined income. Financial records showed increasing credit card debt, which reached $27,000 by June 2020. Terrell Mitchell, the son of real estate mogul Howard Mitchell, lived in a luxury apartment at the Pierre Hotel. His father's company, Mitchell Properties LLC, owned a portfolio worth $1.2 billion, including 12 luxury properties in Manhattan. Business registration records show that Terrell held minor positions in various family businesses, but was not actively involved. Security footage from Lux Haven Spa first captured Terrell's regular visits, starting in April 2020. Employee scheduling records confirmed that Patrice's shifts coincided with his appointments, initially twice a week, then more frequently. Credit card records show Terrell spending large amounts on fine dining, including meals at places like Le Bernardin and Daniel, with timestamps matching Patrice's work breaks. According to Department of Motor Vehicles records, Aaron's primary business vehicle was a 2015 Ford Transit van, maintained through monthly payments of $375. His U-Haul rental history shows consistent weekly rentals, usually 3 to 4 trucks per week, with all payments accounted for and insurance up to date. The contrast between the Davises' financial struggles and Terrell's lavish lifestyle was stark. While Aaron carefully managed his business and faced challenges growing it, Terrell's American Express Black Card records showed monthly spending over $50,000 on dining and entertainment. Bank records revealed that Terrell began withdrawing $2,000 to $3,000 in cash, which corresponded with Patrice's work schedule, suggesting unauthorized gifts and entertainment. NYPD records later noted that Aaron's business documentation reflected great attention to detail and financial responsibility, traits that made his disappearance even more suspicious to investigators. His last business insurance renewal, filed just weeks before his death, updated his policy to name Patrice as the sole beneficiary of his $250,000 life insurance. By July 2020, financial records revealed a sharp increase in unexplained expenses on the couple's joint credit cards. Monthly statements indicated charges at upscale restaurants like 11 Madison Park and Le Bernardin, as well as boutique purchases from Saks Fifth Avenue and luxury spa treatments, totaling over $112,000 in unauthorized spending. These transactions mostly occurred during weekday afternoons when Aaron was busy with moving jobs across Brooklyn. Cell phone records showed a significant change in Patrice's communication habits. Calls to family members dropped by 70%, while text messages to an unlisted number surged, averaging 145 messages a day. Work logs from Lux Haven Spa revealed that Patrice often extended her shifts without prior authorization, claiming extra client appointments that didn't appear in the spa's system. Security cameras captured her leaving work during these extended hours, often entering a black Mercedes registered to Terrell Mitchell. Tyrone Williams, Aaron's friend and employee since 2018, provided investigators with detailed accounts of conversations regarding the deteriorating marriage. According to Tyrone, Aaron first expressed concerns in early July when Patrice began missing their weekly dinner dates, citing work commitments. Bank records later confirmed that Patrice was actually dining at fine restaurants in Manhattan during these times. Tyrone also reported finding luxury shopping bags hidden in the company van, which Aaron later discovered contained receipts for items not seen at home. The couple was recorded entering the exclusive Club Nork 12 times between July and August. Credit card statements showed Terrell covering expenses averaging $2,000 per the evening, including premium champagne and private booth reservations. Hotel keycard records revealed Terrell had a permanent suite at the Plaza Hotel, where he and Patrice were often seen entering during her supposed work hours. Text messages recovered from Patrice's iCloud backup revealed Terrell's increasing pressure on her. Messages documented his promises of a penthouse apartment, luxury vacations, and an upgraded lifestyle. He often compared his wealth to Aaron's modest earnings, sending photos of potential properties and exotic destinations. Some texts even contained explicit threats to expose the affair to Aaron unless Patrice agreed to leave him. Employee testimonies from Lux Haven Spa described Terrell's frequent visits, often bringing expensive gifts and making grand gestures. Spa security cameras recorded him delivering designer handbags and jewelry, including a Cartier bracelet valued at $115,000. Co-workers reported that Patrice would often change into designer clothes during her shifts, then return to her regular attire before heading home. Aaron's business calendar showed a decline in client appointments as he spent more time reviewing household finances. His notes detailed suspicious withdrawals and credit card charges, meticulously documenting each one. Bank statements revealed that Aaron started liquidating his business savings to cover mounting household expenses. A personal diary found by investigators showed Aaron's increasing anxiety about both his marriage and his business's survival. Despite accumulating evidence of infidelity, Aaron's text messages to Patrice remained supportive and concerned. He arranged marriage counseling sessions, which Patrice repeatedly canceled. Credit card records revealed that he bought anniversary gifts and planned surprise dates even as their joint accounts were being drained. He even enrolled in financial management courses, attempting to find ways to support the lifestyle Patrice wanted. Tyrone's witness statement mentioned suggesting a private investigator to Aaron in August 2020, recommending a firm that had helped another friend. Bank records showed Aaron inquiring about investigative services, but never following through with hiring one. Instead, he withdrew $5,000 from his business account, labeling it for marriage counseling funds. Meanwhile, Terrell's possessiveness continued to grow. Terrell's behavior became more intense as time passed. Security footage from Patrice's workplace showed him appearing without warning more and more often. His text messages grew increasingly demanding, urging her to leave Aaron right away. Despite this pressure, Patrice's communications revealed that she was hesitant to give up the financial security her marriage provided, even though she was becoming more deeply involved with Terrell. Social media posts from this time showed Patrice portraying a picture of marital happiness, while secretly arranging meetings with Terrell through encrypted messaging apps. Employees at Lux Haven Spa later testified about overhearing heated arguments between Patrice and Terrell in the break room. Several witnesses reported seeing Terrell's possessive behavior, including one instance when he confronted a male client who had requested Patrice's assistance with spa services. The spa's management considered filing a formal complaint about his disruptive presence, but hesitated due to Terrell's family's strong influence in Manhattan's business circles. On September 15, 2020, Aaron Davis discovered the affair when he checked a client's address on Patrice's unlocked phone. He found over 2,300 messages between Patrice and Terrell, including intimate photos and videos. Cell phone records showed that Aaron spent 47 minutes reviewing the messages before confronting Patrice at 9:45 p.m. The couple's neighbor reported hearing raised voices from their apartment that evening. Audio captured by the Ring doorbell system recorded parts of the confrontation, including Patrice's initial denials and her eventual confession. The recording captured Aaron's emotional response: 3 years of marriage, and you throw it away for some rich guy's promises. Building lobby security cameras documented Patrice leaving the apartment at 11:23 p.m., carrying an overnight bag. Her credit card was used 30 minutes later at the Plaza Hotel bar, where surveillance footage showed her meeting Terrell. Hotel records confirmed she stayed in Terrell's suite for the next 3 nights. Following the confrontation, text messages between Patrice and Terrell showed his growing hostility toward Aaron. In one message, Terrell wrote, He's nothing but a blue-collar nobody standing in our way. Let me handle this. Patrice's responses showed her internal conflict. I can't just leave him with nothing. The business is his whole life. During this period, Aaron's business records indicated a sharp decline in new bookings, and his work journal entries reflected his deteriorating mental state, questioning every aspect of his marriage. Bank statements revealed he withdrew $10,000 from his business account, telling his employee Tyrone that he needed protection against whatever Terrell might be planning. Terrell's behavior became even more erratic. Security footage from Aaron's business parking lot showed Terrell's Mercedes repeatedly driving past during business hours. GPS data from Terrell's phone indicated he spent hours surveilling Aaron's daily routes and client locations. Meanwhile, Patrice kept up the appearance of reconciliation with Aaron, while secretly continuing her relationship with Terrell. Her phone records revealed she had bought a second phone, which she used exclusively for communicating with Terrell. Credit card statements showed she continued meeting Terrell at various Manhattan hotels, all while telling Aaron she was working late. Witnesses from Luxhaven Spa described Terrell's increasingly aggressive behavior. He began showing up daily, demanding information about Patrice's schedule, and making veiled threats to staff members he perceived as helping Aaron. Spa management eventually filed an incident report after Terrell caused a scene in the lobby, demanding to know if Patrice was truly ending their relationship. Aaron's friend Tyrone later provided investigators with videos of Aaron discussing his suspicions about Terrell's intentions. In one recording, Aaron stated, "If anything happens to me, look into Mitchell. He's not the type to let things go." These videos would later become key evidence in the investigation. Patrice's text messages to her friends during this time revealed her growing fear of Terrell's obsession. She wrote to her sister, "He's becoming scary. Says he'll destroy Aaron's business if I don't leave him. I never thought it would go this far." However, she continued to accept Terrell's gifts and money, with bank records showing over $25,000 deposited into a secret account. The situation reached a critical point when Aaron discovered that Patrice had given Terrell access to his business schedule and client information. Computer records revealed multiple unauthorized logins to Aaron's business email from an IP address traced to Terrell's office. This discovery prompted Aaron to change all of his business passwords and install additional security measures at his office. Social media posts from this time created a complicated picture. While Patrice maintained a public appearance of marital reconciliation, her private messages to Terrell discussed their future together. Terrell's responses became increasingly focused on removing obstacles and permanently solving the Aaron problem. In late September, cell phone records revealed a series of text messages between Terrell and Patrice discussing Aaron's business schedule. Terrell used a burner phone, registered under a false name, to contact Aaron, presenting himself as Robert Thompson, a wealthy real estate investor in need of urgent moving services. Financial records showed Terrell withdrew $25,000 in cash from his personal account. Real estate documents confirmed that he used this money to rent a property in Queens through a shell company, paying 3 months' rent in advance. The house, located on a dead-end street, had recently been renovated, making it seem like a legitimate moving job location. Business records from Davis Moving Services showed that Aaron quoted $2,500 for the job, a significant increase from his usual rates due to the short notice and the premium location. Terrell, using the Robert Thompson alias, immediately agreed and offered an $11,000 cash deposit, which Aaron collected from a coffee shop in Manhattan. Security footage captured Terrell watching the exchange from his parked Mercedes on the day of the murder. GPS data from Aaron's van tracked his final journey. He left Brooklyn after renting a U-Haul truck for the job, and the rental agreement showed he planned to complete the task. By the afternoon of his last day, Aaron sent a text to Patrice that said, "Big job today, should set us up nicely for the month." Traffic cameras recorded 2 men arriving at the property in Queens in a black SUV before Aaron's arrival. Police later identified these individuals as Marcus Rodriguez and James Cooper, both with extensive criminal backgrounds and ties to Terrell's father's security company. Cell tower data placed Terrell's phone near the property during the event, though he kept a safe distance, coordinating through text messages with Rodriguez and Cooper. A later review of his personal calendar revealed he had scheduled a public meeting in Manhattan as an alibi. The medical examiner's report confirmed that Aaron died from 2 gunshot wounds to the chest. Ballistics matched the bullets to a 9mm Glock registered to Rodriguez. The murder weapon was found in the East River, disposed of according to instructions sent by Terrell from a burner phone. Security footage showed the U-Haul truck arriving at a storage facility parking lot, where Rodriguez and Cooper parked it in a remote corner. They then left in the black SUV, which was later found burned in New Jersey. Aaron's wallet, minus the cash but with the cards intact, was left in plain sight in the front seat to simulate a robbery. Patrice received a text from Terrell's burner phone saying, "It's done. Delete everything." And she continued her normal work routine at the spa to establish her alibi. Her internet history later revealed searches on life insurance payout timelines and widow benefits. GPS data from the U-Haul indicated an unexpected stop at an industrial area in Queens before reaching its final destination. Investigators later determined that this was the location where Cooper and Rodriguez disposed of forensic evidence, using industrial cleaning supplies purchased by Terrell days earlier. The crime scene showed signs of meticulous planning, with industrial cleaning products used to eliminate DNA evidence, and the house was wiped clean of fingerprints. However, a partial fingerprint on a doorframe matched Rodriguez's criminal record, providing investigators with their first solid lead. Surveillance footage from nearby businesses showed Terrell's Mercedes driving past the U-Haul facility several times that morning, suggesting he was personally monitoring the execution of the plan. Cell phone data later confirmed these movements, despite his attempts to establish an alibi elsewhere. 3 days after the murder, U-Haul facility employee Michael Torres discovered Aaron's body. The initial police report noted severe decomposition, complicating the forensic examination. Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Rachel Martinez performed the autopsy and confirmed death by 2 gunshot wounds with 9mm ammunition. Detective Carla Monroe of the NYPD Homicide Division led the investigation and established a timeline through witness statements and surveillance footage. The case initially appeared to be a robbery, given the missing cash and staged crime scene. However, forensic analysis revealed that professional-grade cleaning agents had been used inside the truck, suggesting the murder was premeditated. The breakthrough came from digital evidence. Tower data placed Terrell's personal phone and 2 burner phones at key locations during the crime. Computer forensics showed Terrell had researched industrial cleaning products, soundproof properties in Queens, and U-Haul facility layouts. His internet history also showed searches for undetectable murder methods and ways to clean blood evidence. Detective Monroe's team uncovered ties between Terrell and known criminals. Financial records revealed payments from Terrell's shell company to Marcus Rodriguez and James Cooper, both of whom had worked as contractors for Mitchell Security Services, owned by Terrell's father. Bank statements revealed large cash withdrawals matching payments described in encrypted messages. Witness interviews painted a picture of escalating behavior. 5 employees from Luxhaven Spa described Terrell's possessive conduct toward Patrice, while former business associates detailed his violent outbursts when challenged. His ex-girlfriend had filed a sealed police report years earlier, alleging stalking behavior. Forensic evidence proved crucial to the investigation. The murder weapon recovered from the East River contained DNA from both Rodriguez and Cooper. Soil samples from the U-Haul matched the unique mineral composition of the Queens property. Laboratory analysis of the cleaning products found trace elements consistent with those purchased by Terrell. The investigation also uncovered Terrell's elaborate planning. Real estate documents showed he had rented 3 properties through different shell companies, creating multiple potential crime scenes to confuse investigators. Security footage from hardware stores showed him buying supplies using cash and wearing disguises. Detective Monroe's interviews with Patrice revealed inconsistencies in her statements. Phone records showed she deleted hundreds of messages after Aaron's death. Her credit card was used to buy burner phones, and her computer contained searches for police investigation techniques. However, she maintained her ignorance of the murder plot. The investigation expanded to include Terrell's father's business dealings. Financial audits revealed a pattern of hiring individuals with violent criminal backgrounds through shell companies. Employee records showed that both Rodriguez and Cooper had received regular payments disguised as consulting fees. DNA analysis provided compelling evidence. Despite the professional cleaning, trace amounts of Terrell's DNA were found on the U-Haul steering wheel, and the partial fingerprint from the Queens property matched Rodriguez's records, placing him at the scene. Fiber evidence from the truck also matched custom floor mats from Terrell's Mercedes, Search warrants executed at Terrell's residences yielded crucial evidence, including burner phones, surveillance photos of Aaron, and detailed notes about his daily routine. A laptop contained encrypted files documenting the murder plan, including alternative scenarios and escape routes. As the evidence mounted, Terrell's carefully constructed alibi unraveled. Restaurant security footage showed him leaving his supposed lunch meeting during the critical time period. His cell phone GPS contradicted his statement about being in Manhattan, instead placing him near the crime scene. During police interrogation, Patrice Davis provided a sworn statement about her affair with Terrell Mitchell. Interrogation transcripts revealed her claim of ignorance about the murder plot, though she admitted to providing Aaron's schedule and contact information to Terrell. Police recordings captured her emotional breakdown upon learning the full extent of Terrell's orchestrated plan. The district attorney's office filed multiple charges against Terrell Mitchell, including first-degree murder, conspiracy, and tampering with evidence. His associates, Rodriguez and Cooper, faced similar charges. Court documents revealed that Terrell's father hired the prestigious law firm Morgan & Winston, assembling a defense team of 5 attorneys specializing in homicide cases. During pretrial hearings, prosecutors presented extensive evidence linking Terrell to the murder. Cell phone records, surveillance footage, and forensic evidence built a strong case. The prosecution also revealed wire transfers connecting Terrell to both Rodriguez and Cooper, establishing their roles as hired killers. Patrice agreed to testify against Terrell in exchange for a plea deal. Her testimony detailed Terrell's controlling behavior, including threats against Aaron and promises of wealth. Court transcripts documented her describing Terrell's growing obsession and his statements about removing obstacles to their relationship. The trial revealed the extent of the Mitchell family's influence. Court records showed multiple private meetings between defense attorneys and the district attorney's office. Local media reported several key witnesses becoming unavailable or altering their testimonies. The presiding judge, William Harrison, had previous connections to Mitchell properties through real estate investments. Terrell's defense team successfully argued for reduced charges, citing his clean criminal record and community standing. They presented character witnesses praising his philanthropic work and business acumen. Medical experts hired by the defense testified about temporary mental instability caused by emotional distress. The plea agreement reached behind closed doors reduced Terrell's charges to criminal facilitation. The deal sparked public outrage and led to an investigation into potential judicial misconduct. The State Bar Association later launched an inquiry into the unusual handling of the case. Patrice received a 10-year sentence for criminal facilitation and conspiracy. Prison records show she was placed in protective custody due to threats from other inmates. Her cooperation with authorities led to her complete estrangement from her family, who publicly condemned her actions. During victim impact statements, Aaron's family in Ohio established a foundation in his memory, providing assistance to small business owners in Brooklyn. His mother's victim impact statement highlighted the contrast between Aaron's honest work ethic and the corruption that led to his death. The foundation later sponsored legislation aimed at increasing penalties for conspiracy to commit murder.